Hi, welcome back. Day 20 of your 21-day meditation challenge. Today's meditation is on the perfection of the wisdom of realizing emptiness. Whew. Can you feel us climbing that summit? So the definition of emptiness that you would have heard me repeat throughout the last 20 days is a lack of inherent existence. So the definition of emptiness is a negation. It's describing what something is not or does not have. It is a lack of inherent existence. It is the lack of inherent existence, more specifically, of self, object, and interactions. Whew, what does that mean? The Buddhists believe that self-existence or independent existence is not yet there, and yet things still arise. They appear, and they feel good or bad. There is a conventional, relative, and relational existence, but these are not fixed like we think they are. There is the ultimate duality, two sides of the same coin. One is emptiness, and two is the conventional reality of appearances, but both are part of the same coin. So today's meditation takes us right to the root of emptiness. What happens when we stop grasping at a self that we believe to be permanent and inherent of its own existence in and of itself? So, with that prelude, get yourself comfortable. Find that real sweet spot, that posture where you can relax, where you know that you're safe. And you bring to aid you any props that help. Blankets, bolsters, blocks, or pillows. And just gently, slowly start to close the eyes. To take a couple of deep breaths in through the nose and then exhaling fully through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. A couple more rounds like this using the length of your own breath. Allowing the inhalation to move deep into the belly, into the lungs, and the exhalations to be complete as you let go of any tension or stagnation. When you feel like you've had enough, allow the lips to gently close and the breath to move solely through the nostrils. Breathe. As the mind drifts inwards, as we start to let go of the outside world, we arrive back home. Come home. We drop deep into the body, into the temple that is the holding place of our human experience. And we feel the contours of our skin and the touch of the earth. Breathe. As skin touches ground, allow the earth to hold you. Allow yourself to be held, embraced, and to know that feeling, one that is here, available to us in every waking moment. Breathe. And slowly we start to allow tension to release from the body. We allow the softening between the brows, the release of the tension in the muscles of the cheeks, the slackening of the jaw as it starts to fall away from the skull, the gentle undulation of breath in the body allows the shoulders to imperceptibly rise and fall with every breath. We start to feel a softening in the gripping of the shoulders and the arms and a release of the fingers as they uncurl. Breathe. As you next inhale out the breath to lengthen the spine, the crown to move away from the hips and the chin to gently tuck down and back, allowing the breath to move just that little bit deeper and more effortlessly into the belly. Breathe. And we find ourselves present and awake in our own bodies, embodied here, accessing somatic experience, integrating thought and emotion, regulating nervous systems, rewiring the brain. From here, we allow ourselves to drop and touch the cornerstone of refuge, to allow to arise that somatic experience of safety and safe direction, to remember the power of our own minds right now, in this moment, already here, to remember the methods available to us, tangible, reliable methods at our fingertips, and the communities that hold us high, the communities of people that move amongst us to elevate us towards our own personal goals and values, to make this precious human life meaningful. And beyond that, the familiarity we share with all beings as kin. We are not in this life alone. We share the pursuit of happiness and the release of suffering, fundamentally. Breathe. And from here, we offer our altruistic intention, the deep knowing that what we do today is not simply and only for ourselves, but even indirectly, our cultivation of our minds affects others. Our minds affect others. This ripple effect that flows through our own constitution towards the world, we practice today not just for ourselves, but for the benefit of all. Breathe. And now the dissolution of appearances. It's here that we start to peel away that side of the coin that is conventional. We start to allow the appearances of the physical dimension to fall away. The density, the brittleness, the hard lines and edges. The bits that feel so concrete and, in quotes, real. As though we are drifting into a lake, they fall away, crumbling at the cliff edge into ocean. And then here there is flow. There's movement of waves. There's an unfolding of density. And as we drop deep beneath the waves, we start to feel that warmth that grows from an ember to a flame, evaporating all the liquid until we are smoke, air. Breathe. In this new element of air, we are weightless. Density has fallen away and we are free floating. As we breathe, we are breath. And breath by breath, if we follow here the movement of the breath, air, it takes us to a place that is still. Touch stillness now. And as you touch stillness, allow that contact to reveal peace, to feel peace. As the chaos of the mind, the imprints, our psychological ruminations and worries and limiting beliefs flow away. A white light arises in the mind's eye and we can let go. Just for now, let go. Once we've let go into the white light, it takes on that deep red hue. And in every moment of our human existence, we vacillate between different forms of craving and different forms of aversion. And just for this one moment, we put that down. The constant, compulsive vacillation between the two. And where does that lead us? Exposed is the deepest root of our suffering. Atmagraha, the compulsive grasping towards a self that is melting away. A self that is empty, in fact, of inherent existence, of independence in and of itself. Breathe as the dark landscape of the universe and emptiness arise in your awareness. Now we've let go of appearances. The conventional reality that seems so rigid and fixed is now open as we gaze here into empty space. Infinite possibility. Open. Breathe. And of course, we create for ourselves in this stream of infinite awareness a small witness point, a bubble shaped around our awareness. And from this space, this dream body, we use the dark canvas of the sky to once again grow that sanctuary that has become our place of healing. Breathe. Travel there. Be abundant with your creation. What have you made today? Sit here. Breathe. In this beautiful sanctuary, a space that we have visited before in some shape or form over the last 20 days. Breathe. Take in the details. The flora, the fauna, the sounds, the smells. Breathe it in. Feel that. And as we marvel at the joy and the beauty of our own creation, we are joined by a being, a mentor, a guide. Breathe. This being greets us with eyes that are enlightened, eyes filled with rays of light, unconditional love, and perfect view. Breathe. And this being places one single chair in front of them. with a joy and a glint in the eye, a smile inviting to the face, they ask us, "Where is the chair?" And we point to the chair. And then they ask again, "But where? What is the chair?" And we point to the legs. And this being says, "Those are legs." We point to the seat. "Those are seats." We point to the back. "That's the back. But where is the chair?" And then we think, okay, the chair is made up of the seats, the legs, the arms, and then when we go closer, there's particles, atoms. And then when we go closer, we split the atom and there is space. Once again, we're back at space. Yet there is chair. There is something to sit on. Breathe. Where is the chair? And this being gazes with a smile and reminds us that the existence of the chair is relational, dependent on our projection onto it. It is empty of inherent existence of its own. Breathe. The being now takes us by the hand and gently escorts us to one of the world's most beautiful art galleries. We walk through the doors, and as we walk through the door, we see a feature painting. In this big, huge, grand painting, there are 3 observers. One is the curator. She's studied this artist and knows them inside out, and she is in awe. The second observer is a teenager on a school trip, glad to be out of class, but not necessarily fussed about art, neutral. He is disinterested. And the third observer is a woman on the verge of divorce. She gazes at the image, at the painting, and she cries. Each observer is having a different reaction. Late that night, the doors lock and the lights shut off. The painting is left in of its own. So who was right? Whose reaction was correct? The answer, of course, no one's. The painting is empty of existence on its own side. It, as a painting, depends on the view of the perceiver. In the same way, our world is empty of inherent existence and depends on the view of the perceiver. In the same way, our self is empty of inherent existence and depends on the view of the perceiver. As we turn to gaze at the being that has shown us this, that has taken us to the art gallery until these moments, like pennies dropping, have arisen. We gaze at them and we know, we remember. If we change our minds, we change our relationship with the world, our perception with the world. We in fact change the world. Breathe. If you were the sculptor of your own reality, what would you create? And now we know how. Through the perfection of giving, of morality or value, of perseverance, of concentration, and of wisdom. And we do this not only for ourselves, but for others. And we do this because we all want to get out of this cycle of suffering, of the blindness, the misunderstanding, the stuckness on the side of the coin that is of appearances only. Breathe as we engage with the emptiness. One minute here. And slowly this being before us, their name is Nagarjuna. They gaze and we gaze back, and we are grateful. There's something within us that arises. And we want to give a gift, something from the heart. And they are overjoyed. And we ask them for continued presence to remind us again and again when we are consumed in the world of appearances. And they're delighted. Slowly, the whole image before us, our sanctuary, starts to dissolve into that one teardrop. The teardrop, bright and light, flows to the top of the head, and with our permission, drops through the skull, through the third eye, the throat to the heart, allowing ripples of light to flow through the whole dream body. Breathe. And just like that, we realize we were never separate. We were always one. Breathe. Slowly, slowly, we start to return back to the physical body, back to the sensations of the touch of the feet to the ground and the tailbone to the chair or the back to the earth. We return back to the breath that rises and falls within us. Breathe. We hear the sounds in the room around us. We smell the smells and feel the temperature of the air on our skin. And slowly we move our fingers and our toes. And gently as we push the feet down into the earth, we bring the palms together in Anjali Mudra or prayer pose. And we feel the warmth that we've created. The gentle rise and fall of the chest with our heart. This breath. This precious human life. And today we seal our practice by dedicating any merit, any wisdom on the realizing of emptiness, any love, compassion, or joy to all beings. May we all be free from suffering. Namaste. And gently, slowly, when you're ready, you can start to blink the eyes open to allow the external light to merge with the inner and to come back into full awareness. Thank you so much for your time. Take care and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.